Hello, everybody. My name is Dean. Welcome to Books and Quirks. Today is Friday. It's time for another Friday Reads, and I cannot believe the weather. It has been a little chilly all week, but today it is in the 70s. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a little bit overcast, so I don't know how well the light will be, but but the sun comes out periodically, so it's still beautiful and finally some warm weather. So this past week I made some headway in Mad Ship, which is the second book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy by Robin Hobb. Like I said, usually these books take me a long time to get through, but I am almost halfway through now. So it is about 900 pages, but I'm almost halfway through, and it's finally starting to pick up a little bit, as her books usually do by the middle. So I think the second half will go much quicker, and we'll see how much I get through this coming week. I also finished my light and fluffy read of Ally McNamara's From Notting Hill to New York, actually. This is actually part of a series about Scarlett O'Hara. Scarlett is a rom-com buff, and her life kind of mimics the famous romantic comedy movies, and I just love these books so much. It was a very quick read, and I really enjoyed it. Very cute, cutesy type romances, and I love how it pays homage to like all of my favorite romantic comedy movies. I did manage to start Cruel, but I'm just in the beginning of that book, so I'm not sure if I'm going to put that aside until next week because I do have a few things going on this week, but we'll have to see if I continue on with that book. From what I read, and I only read a little bit of it, I am enjoying it, but we'll have to see because I have a couple buddy reads starting this week, which I'm very, very excited about. So, in addition to Mad Ship, I will be reading this week, starting on Monday, Wolf Hall. Wolf Hall is by Henry Mantell, and you may have heard of this book. It's a very famous book. It's been out for a few years, I think, and it's a historical fiction about Thomas Cromwell, who was very influential in the time of Henry VIII, and specifically very influential when Henry VIII was trying to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon so that he could marry Anne Boleyn. You know, the whole big, hubbub that happens with that. So I'm hoping to like this book. I've been wanting to read it forever. I've had it for a long time, and I just love historical fiction. I love anything about Tudor times. I find that whole time period with Henry VIII just fascinating. And yes, so I cannot wait to buddy read that, and I'll be buddy reading with Cheryl over at Sierra Flames Fan. And anybody I mention, I will link their channel below. And also on Monday, I will be buddy reading Jane Seymour by Alison Weir with Candace over at Beacon Hill Books. And this is part of her series of the six Tudor queens, the six wives of Henry VIII. And Jane Seymour is the third wife. So this whole book, each book focuses on one wife. So Jane Seymour is the third book in the series, and I'm really fascinated to read about Jane Seymour because Jane Seymour was actually the wife that finally gave Henry the coveted, son that he wanted. And I think she died shortly after birth or during birth. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've watched so many documentaries about the Tudors. It's just fuzzy in my mind. But I'm very excited to read this book. Alison Weir is one of my favorite authors, whether it's nonfiction or fiction. This book happens to be historical fiction. But the great thing about Alison Weir is she is a famed historian. And even with her historical fictions, she adds a lot of facts within her fiction. And she always has, an afterword in the book with a explanation of what was fact and where she took a lot of liberties. So very excited for these two buddy reads. Absolutely adore Cheryl and Candace. So yeah, that is what I'll be reading this week. I'm not going to really pick up anything else because I want to focus on those two books, because we'll be reading a certain number of pages, each day. And I want to make sure that those two books are my priority. So that is all I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend. I hope it's getting warm where you are and you're enjoying yourself. I will be filming a giveaway in just probably today, but it won't go up until next week because it is my 2-year anniversary next week, and I want to do something special. And I really haven't done a giveaway since my 1st-year anniversary. So yes, it's just a thank you to anybody that watches me, that subscribes to me, that has talked with me in the comments. um yeah, I'll make it a really quick video, so look out for that next week when I upload it. So that is all I have for you. I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.